getting a chance to join here. Greetings. So I was just sitting around practicing, and I thought I'll go on live and practice a little bit. No, I did a bunch of videos right at the beginning of my channel, a couple on piano, or one on talking about spread triads on piano and used in orchestration, for example. And then I've done a couple on guitar, but I haven't really talked that much about practicing, how to practice them. And I thought I'd take a few minutes and just talk about that. I was just I was thinking about it and kind of going over some practice routines and just the way a way you can start thinking about how to do these. For those of you that don't know what spread triads are, you basically take a triad, could be major, minor, diminished, augmented, suspended, any kind of triad. You take the middle note and you either drop it down the octave, which would be a drop 2, right? Or you can pop it up the octave. If you pop it up the octave, you retain the position of the inversion that's in. If you have an A minor chord like this, okay, so I get A, C, E. I take this middle note and I put it up here, and I have a spread triad there. Okay, so that would be your first. That would be a root position spread triad. Okay, so a lot of times dropping it down the octave, if you take a root position, you drop it down the octave, it becomes a first inversion chord because the middle note of the triad, the third, moves down the octave and becomes the bass note. Okay, so now one of the things, a lot of people will practice major spread triads, will know them, but they don't necessarily know the minor spread triads on the guitar. And I know it seems pretty obvious, but some of the fingerings are that you really just need to memorize, essentially. So this is going to get banned. The first chord sounds like Stairway to Heaven. The first chord is from Stairway to Heaven, right? This is Pedro wants to know what guitar this is. This is an Epiphone that needs a bad setup. Needs a setup badly. This is a guitar I got with my #1 song that I had with the band Parmalee. When you have a #1 song, they have a #1 party, and they give you a bunch of swag, free stuff. One of the things, they give you this guitar that says BMI on it, because BMI gave me the guitar. So that's why I have this guitar. And it's a decent practice guitar. It's not that nice, but it's not bad. In lieu of me getting a new jazz guitar, which I've been actively looking for, this will suffice. My Gibson's over here, but that's impossible to play on this. I really, really need it set up bad. Yeah, this has super heavy strings on it too, but they're buzzing out right now. So I think if I put lighter strings on it, they'd be flat against the fingerboard. What's up, Nari? What's happening? I saw you there too, Kinch. So anyways, what I like to do first is I'll practice my, I'll take something like A minor, for example, because I started with that. So when I practice these, the first thing to do is just take them and play them as chords. So you can play them with your fingers. So I'll play just the 3 notes so I can get the positioning together. So here, and notice that I'm fingering each note. I'm not barring like this, right? Now I could do that, but it's a lot cleaner when you're playing single notes if you play like this. So I go here, then you move up to the next inversion here. So you go C, A, E. Then the next inversion would be here, okay? E, C, A there, and then you're back to root position again. So you've got here, 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 okay? Then your next inversion is here. Notice once again, I'm not doing this. I'm fingering each note. And then the last one would be here. Then you play it in reverse order. It's really important to get them where each note of the chord speaks clearly, right? Go in one direction, move back. Try and really be deliberate with the hand position so you get no buzzing, okay? Then you play them as single notes. Play them slowly. You know, don't try and whip through them. Play them really slowly with alternate picking, or you can play them with hybrid picking. Spread triads work really well with hybrid picking. Hybrid picking would be where you use you can use your pick, an index finger to pick the notes, and then you can pluck with either one finger or two fingers, depending. I'll start with just alternate picking on this. So you can either play it like that or like that. Now, a lot of times I will play like this because if I'm going to go to this next inversion, it leaves my second finger available to grab that note. If I do that, even though I told you with the held chords to play it like that, when you're playing single notes, you have to keep in mind that you need that finger available to play the next inversion. Now, this is the one that most people don't really think about. Some may know that. Right, then play backwards. So we're doing the same thing that we did. We're doing the same thing that we did up, but we're playing them single notes. Now, on the way down, you notice I fingered each note. On the way up, I did that. On the way down, I did that. You should really be able to do them either way. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do, before I even move on to any majors or anything like that, I'm just decided to start with minor, is I will lead in with a passing note, with a neighbor tone, because this is really helpful in progressions and will give you 4-note groupings then, for example. So I will lead into each note with a half step. Okay, now that makes it sound like there's some harmonic movement. It's almost as if I'm going, okay, like that, or, so what I'm doing there is it's as if I'm going E major over G sharp to A minor, then I'm going E major to A minor, then I'm going E major, then I'm going E major here. And it shows you where those voice leading notes are for your cadences, okay? But I would go like this. Okay? So then, practice. Okay? If you do this, this is where the different fingering comes in. So this is an approach note. If you play that, that finger then has to go there. So this is why you have to go. You follow? So that's why you need to be able to play both of them. Okay? So I go here. So I slide into it, second finger, then I'm to my first finger. And then play down through them. Then the next thing I would do is add a neighbor tone instead. This would be more used for melodic playing, let's say if you're playing over an A minor chord, okay? When I say a neighbor tone, I will add a neighbor at the end of the spread triad. So this time I'm going to play. Okay, so I played 1, 5, 3, down a step, and then I play. So then I'm playing third, root, fifth. Okay, so I'm going. Then. Okay, so there I'm using whatever the closest scale tone is. So here it's the ninth, from the third to the ninth. You could do that. You could use that G sharp there, which would give you the sound of the dominant chord, which we did, right? But I would do both, actually. Then, okay, I'd use that, or, and then, okay. Next thing you do is actually use the 5 chord to lead into this. Okay. Oh, sorry. Then so I've got the 5 chord. 5. So I'm going E major, but I'm E major over G sharp. So I'm incorporating the major spread triads here. So you're actually getting a couple different things out of this. Don't just practice things to practice them. Running up and down these arpeggios and things like that doesn't really develop how to use these things in a musical context. So here I'm going. Okay. So you've got your straight, you have your straight arpeggios like that. Then you do them with a leading tone. Then you do them with the, you do the passing tones here, or the neighbor tones downwards, right? Okay, then you do with the 5 chord, and you can play it like this if you want. But if you do that, then I'm already on that note, which is, because you have one note in common between the 5 chord, so I would play it. I would play it a 5/7 there. So here, I did E major, then I'm coming down the A minor, then I go up E7, okay, so because I don't want to have that repeated note. You could do that, but then you go to your next one, right? Rick, do you read the chat? I am reading the chat occasionally, but not really. So this video will be on YouTube later on. I am on YouTube right now, aren't I? Of course this is going to be on YouTube. It's on YouTube right now. It will be on there after. So is this in the Beato book? All of this is in the Beato book. For those of you that don't have the Beato book. Prince, come on, you don't have the Beato book? Shocked. This is all in the Beato book. Yeah, this is all in the Beato book. It's on sale right now. $10 off. Maybe it's $8 off. I forget. $8 off. There you go. It's in there. Just got to look for it. Prince, 307 pages. I don't know what page it's on. Anyways, okay, so then we're leading into progressions, right? Okay, so now, next thing to do is to take a actual progression that you do. I mean, that was a progression. So I did E7 to A minor, E major to A minor, E major, A minor. And then when you get up here, right, if I go, you could go, if you're playing up one, down the next, you'd use the E7 there. You'd go. Do the same here. Does that make sense? So now I would take progressions like, let's say you take a 2-5-1 in G major. You can do this in giant steps. You know, if you do B major, that would be in giant steps, for example. But that's a little complex for right now. I want to talk about actually practicing these. So let's say you're doing a 2-5-1, but we're going to do a simple 2-5-1, just A minor to D major to G major. Okay, so I'm going to go A minor, and I'm going to practice through sets of 4. So I'm going through my A minors that I just, then I'm going to come down D major. Now let's talk about the majors, actually, since we haven't really talked about that. So majors, let's say I'm doing D major here. I've got that inversion, then I go off the 3rd, right? Then I go off the 5th, then I'm back to the root. That's not probably a good, let me do it down here in A major so you can see it better. So here's your root position. You can use a bar there, or I like to do that. Okay, so those are your spread triads. Once again, practice them finger picking first, like this. Try and get them really clean where every note comes out. I've got a little bit of a buzz here. Sorry, I apologize. That high A is a little bit buzzy. Here, with the root on top, with the 5th on top, and with the 3rd on top. Okay? So, let's say I'm playing it in a progression, like I was talking about, a 2-5-1. So I'm going to go A minor. I'm going to go through sets of 4. And then let me go to D major here. So I'm going to go here. Sorry about those notes fretting out. I don't know. It's fretting out bad. Hate that. Then I'm going to go to G major. So that's my G major right there. So I'm going to try and find the closest available position for any of these. So if I'm here, then I go here. Then I'm going to go to D major up here. And come down the closest available position. Then I'm going to go up G major here. Okay, so I did here, there. I'm going to play them as chords once again. Here, there. Go to the closest available position. So that's my 4th one in a row. Then I'm going to come down D major here. That's my next closest position. And then I'm going to descend. I think I did 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down to G major. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to go A minor. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. G major. 4. Then I'm going to come down A minor. D major. G major. Okay, so those are really great ways to practice these. This is just a really great way to start out, get them under your fingers before you even go to anything else. Now, there's a few more sophisticated things. I don't want to give you too much stuff right here to think about. If I were to take different sets, because there's like I said, you can do diminished spread triads like this. Okay, so if I were to do, if I were to do something that's, let's say, a progression. Let's say I'm doing C minor, right? F major, B flat major, E flat major, then A diminished to, or I could go. So I'm doing C minor, 2, 5, 1, 4. So here's my progression. I'm going to C, F major over A, B flat major, E flat major over G, A diminished. And like I'm doing a minor 2, 5, 1 and G minor to the 5, to the 1, to the passing diminished, back to C minor. Okay, so you can do progressions like that too. You can also do things like this. You can play, you can do this, the circle of fifths. Let's say that you go G major, G major, C major, F major, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. Okay, so if you just move up in minor thirds like that, you can back cycle too, right? But I'm going G, I'm thinking 5, 1, 5, 1, and so on, right? So that would once again be progression based. But you can do some cool things. You can do suspended spread triads. That would be like this. Right? So A sus4 instead of A major. W3 far3 just said backcycling is going the other way. It's just doing what I did backwards. So this would be instead of A major, make it A sus4. Okay, so you've got A, D, and E are in the chords, okay? Right? So that's a cool sound there. Well, you can combine these with the minor ones, for example. Let's say I played this. So I'm going like a. So I did A sus4 to A minor, to E sus4 to A minor, to, what did I do? A minor to E sus4, A minor, E sus4, A minor, A sus4. It's really kind of a cool sound. Or I could do that. Okay, so that would work if you were playing over, let's say, an A minor 11 chord, right? There's the sound. So combining those suspended ones, take ones out of the same mode, and you can make up ideas. Now you hear Eric Johnson, people like that play these single note things where he's kind of climbing up the guitar like that, and you can use them for for soloing. I mean, I'm talking about using this for soloing too. It's not just for practicing. These things always should be used in a musical context. Whether you're improvising, in the style of Bach, or whether you're playing over a jazz tune, or whatever you might be doing, you can do these things. You can actually add these spread triads with different bass notes. For example, I could play this chord. Okay, this is a D flat major spread triad over A, so that would be an A Lydian augmented sound, which is a really interesting use of the spread triad. So take that, add the A to the D flat major each time in each inversion, and you get all these great Lydian augmented voicings that you wouldn't necessarily think to play. So it's the same thing. So for sus4 chords, for sus2 chords, for Phrygian triads, Lydian triads, things like that, you can use this exact same thing. A Lydian triad would be 1 sharp 4 5, right? So a Lydian would be, okay, that would be a Lydian sound, right? That's a really cool sound as well. So All these concepts are in the Beato book. Check it out. It's on sale right now for the next 24 hours. Practice this. I wanted to announce tonight that I have a new forum. It's called the Beato Music Forum. It's forum.rickbeato.com. We started a couple days ago. There's probably 150 people that have signed up. They're mainly from my second channel, my Rick Beato Live, where I go on every night at 10 o'clock. But I invite all of you to join it. Ask questions, put up posts of videos of yourself playing if you want, whatever you want. It's a community. It's a really great community of great musicians over there. So please, I invite you to come over and hang out there. Check out the Beato book. Also, I have my new course, Advanced Harmonic Concepts, where I talk about spread triads in there as well and how to use them over more sophisticated chord progressions. Anyways, Phrygian triad, Gabriel, is 1 flat 2 5. Okay, 1 flat 2 5. That would be a Phrygian triad. You know, you got major, minor, Phrygian, sus4, Lydian. These streams do get saved, Posh. Yes, they do. Or is it one and done? I might not save this one. We'll say no. They get saved. I save it. I'm not sure I'm going to keep it up though. No, I'm just kidding. I'll leave it up there. I'm joking. Anyways, that's it. So I will see you guys later. I'm gonna stop this, but it's gonna seem abrupt. So I'm gonna wait a second and then stop it. Stop by tonight, 10 o'clock for those of you that are around.